Hi everyone. I'm just trying to get settled in here, make sure that I'm live on Facebook. Welcome to Scrap Till You Snap with Janice Wilson. I'm Janice Wilson. On Thursdays. I try to make it every Thursday, but I can't always make it. But I do try, and I see that we are live. I'm just trying to get this pulled up so that I can get the comments, so I can see if anybody comes on and says hello. If you're on Facebook, I have you up in front of me so I can answer your questions. On YouTube, I'll go in later and I'll answer questions if I can. I moved over here when Close to My Heart closed. I was with Close to My Heart for the most part of 20 years. I think I took like a 2-year break or something. So, but the last like 17, 18 years I was with Close to My Heart. And then they closed, and Stampin' Up! Invited us to come join them, so we did. I did. And I've been doing this every Thursday night since I joined Stampin' Up!, I think. I was doing it before that, but I don't remember if it was on Thursday nights or not. I've had a lot going on off and on, and have taken a break here and there, but for the most part, I come on every Thursday. With two weeks ago, last week it was a card week, the Alpine winter paper pack, and I still have enough to do camera angle, and I'll show you what I have left of the paper pack, and then I'll show you what tonight's project is. Okay? Alright, hold on a second. There we go. So, I have used some of this. This is this paper, backside. And then this is the paper that I used last week. So I still have several full sheets. I have this in full sheets for both, front and back. I could use either one. I have used some of this. This is what I used tonight. No, sorry. I used the other one, which is the green plaid. Oh, yeah, no, what am I saying? This is the one I used tonight. I used the lighter tan wood grain also. So, I created a page. It says Wild One. That's why I titled the name of the video Alpine winter layout Wild One. I'll get it right here. Let me make sure I've got the camera angle correctly. Okay, so I need to get that book out of my way. I even played on the Cricut today, you guys. Isn't that crazy? Haven't done that in a while. I got to get all those brushes out of my way here pretty quick. So I have not trimmed all these down, but some of these I had to trim this. Let me get this in the camera. This is the 4x6 place card holder. I don't know if you can see it, but it has a little camera here with the dimensions on it. And so I had to trim the white piece down just because I don't have the picture I'm going to put on it yet. And then I created another piece that does not have the little sticker, or the not sticker, but the stamp with the dimensions and the camera on it for the 5x7 piece that I'm going to put here. I'm going to put a picture here. And then look, I have to glue these down, but I have Wild One. There's Wild, and there's one, and I'm going to put it like something like that at the bottom of the page. And I thought it'd be really cute. So that's what I did on the Cricut today. I have not put it together. This is page 1, and of course I have page 2, which on YouTube you can't see the whole thing, but that's what that is. So this is for journaling. I'm going to set it up here out of my way for the moment and work on this page. On YouTube, it's a different layout than Facebook, so I have to really be careful on how I angle things so that you can see what I'm doing. So what I have done here is taken, let me move these picture bases out of their way. I took a strip this is 1 1/8 inches, and I'm going to cover the seam of where those two pieces of paper line up. So this is the tan, the lighter color of the wood grain with the red plaid on the back, and then this is the green plaid with the darker wood grain on the back. So I'm going to adhere those down and butt them up together so they're exactly, you know, they make up the 12 inches perfectly. And then lay this over top, and then we'll put our pictures on. Okay? So, have you had a chance to look through the catalog? I'm assuming some of you have received yours. I have not heard yet if you have. This is new paper that's coming out in the new catalog that starts September. I want to say it's September. Really hard to get used to when it doesn't start on the 1st. So I cannot tell you for sure what date it starts on. But around the beginning of September. How's that? That's close. Ish. September-ish. It is September. I just don't know the exact date. It could be the 6th. Could be the 4th. I think it's the 4th. I'll go in and check after the video, and I'll post it when I post the pictures. I did not get pictures posted of my card. So, I'm pretty sure it was straight. The wood grain still goes the same direction, so it's not a big deal. So that's just it, the two pieces put together. Now I'm going to put this piece on, and see, you could even use this side of it. I just thought it was kind of cool to use the stripes. Brings in a little more color, and then I brought in the reds as the matting for the pictures. Okay, so I'm just going to line this up kind of halfway on each side. The top piece is 5 inches by 12 inches. This bottom piece is 7 inches by 12 inches. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to put these on. I'm just going to use a little bit of tape because they are not permanent. I'm going to replace these with a picture. I don't like that hanging over the edge where you can see it, so I'm going to roll it back to the back. Normally I would get out my scissors and trim those off, but I did not. I just didn't want to deal with it. Like I said, it's not going to be permanent. You can change your pictures up however you want. If you don't want a 5x7, you could do two 3.5 by 5 and turn it this way, or keep it this way and just do 2 of them here. You could do landscape like this, whichever way you want to do it. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to put a little bit of tape on there so that I can remove it easy when I go to put the other picture down. I don't even honestly know if I'm going to have a 5x7 picture. I print out my own pictures so I can choose whatever size I want. So that really shouldn't be a big deal. But, you know, it depends upon your printing service as to where you get yours printed out, unless you print them yourself. Now I am going to that it's at an angle. I kind of like it when they're a little bit angled. And then this one can go, I think I'm going to put it right there because then I want the words over here, right? So now I get to add glue to this. Yeah. I just cut them out. I did not have time to do anything with this to get any of the things adhered together. I barely got back to my computer in time to make this video. That's how close I cut it today. So just so you know. Okay, so I'm going to put this on this piece here. I think everybody can see what I'm doing. And I have it on, I have liquid glue on there, so it will move a little bit if I need to adjust it, which I think that's perfect. Now on this you could have I could have outlined it, or I could have used a brush, like an ink blender pen, if I could talk, an ink blender brush, and blended the edges a little bit, brought some more color into it, but I think it's fine. I don't, and stick this down on top of part of it. It's just going to go like right here. And you almost can't see it because it kind of blends into the background. Let me pull this up where you can see it. See that? But it says Wild One. Let me get my pencil out of the way here. Wild One. There we go. Now, oh, did you see that? I didn't even glue that down, but I glued the other. I probably should finish what I'm working on, huh? So, if you want to, you can pop these up. I have, let me see if I can find it here. I have a couple of little stamp sets. You could do the wild koala bear, the penguin, you could do all the zoo animals, which is, this is Silly Safari, but it has a giraffe and a zebra, a monkey and a rhino and a cheetah. You could do a bear. I might do a bear. But I haven't got that far yet. This is farther than I usually get, so I'm pretty proud of myself. Okay, that's page 1. Oh, not yet. I was going to put some of these on it. So there's some little ribbons here. I might have to shorten that a little bit, because I was going to put some ribbons like right here. I might have to move. I was trying to keep this out of the way of the title page. The title, I'm sorry, not page. The title, the Wild One title. So if I can just pop that up. See, that's why I like this tape runner, is because I can pop it up out of the way if I need to. Alright, there we go. I'm going to put that right back there. And then I'm going to glue these down. Now, any of this stuff that you want to pop up with, dimensionals. I'll get the word right one of these days. You can. I just, they sometimes tend to get a little thick in your book, and the more thickness you have on your book, the more, the harder it is to keep your book flat. And then put this one on. And I'm not really going to embellish it too much more. I think I'll probably cut out a bear and put somewhere on here. Okay, there's the page. See that? That's the page. And then once I get pictures on these, I'll come back and show you the pictures too. So here's page number 2. Let me get these out of the way. Now, I did not trim the rest of, these down. And when I cut the matting, I didn't think to cut them bigger. So, I'm not going to trim these because I reuse them. So, you'll just know that that's what I'm doing right there. Is putting those, these are the picture mats, is what they are. Okay? And then I have the journaling piece as well. Okay, so get these out of my way. This is going to be a quick page tonight. Okay, that's down. I'm going to put this one down. Oops. Got my finger caught in there. Alright. Here we go. I'm going to line this up like I did the other one. Right at the very top. There we go. Perfect. Now, this little strip. Okay. I wasn't sure if I got that whole side or not. Alright, now I'm going to line it up again because I want to get it centered on that line. Now you can, I don't always do this, but you can take this piece and get your sides together here. Get your bottoms together, the bottoms of the page. Now see, it would have lined up better had I flipped my paper around, but I didn't. It's going to be in the, it's going to be in the book, so in the book, the pages are not going to be against each other, so it's not going to match the strips, okay? There we go. There's that one. Move this one out of the way, and then I can start putting these down where I want them. So in the example I'm going through, which I'm not allowed to share, which is a bummer because it's really cute, this one here has a little animal, has a bear on it actually. And so they have two pictures here, and then the journaling. So, like that. But I think I'm going to bring this back in because this is my front page, left-hand side page. And then bring these down a little bit. And then bring these down on top of that a little bit. And I'll line them up so that they're perfect. Of course, you know, nothing's perfect, right? I might have to make some more of these little banners and put on this page too, but there's not a whole lot of room at the top. See that? There's not much room at the top. This is white, by the way. It does not look white on the camera, I can see, but it is white. And this is real red. I think it's real red. Yes, real red. And it looks kind of an orangey red on the page, or on the camera, but it's not. It's real red. Okay, so let me stick these down. And I'm going to, from the edge of the paper on the right hand side, about a ½ inch away, and then this one is going to go up here, same way, about a ½ inch away, and I'm going to line that up right there. So it's going to have about 1 1/4 inches at the top and a ½ inch on the side. Then I'm going to line these up on the left hand side about the same distance. So about a ½ inch away, about 1/4 inch over this striped piece, and a ½ inch away from the edge of the paper. Okay, this is going to go in the same place. This is my journaling. Oh, let me do that differently. I have a stamp here somewhere, and it is lines. Like notebook paper lines, and so I want to stamp the notebook paper lines on here before I adhere it down. That's for my journaling. Okay, and it's not very far, so I just have to go look that same distance in between. And this is almost a ½ inch down on the there. I'm just trying to line these up in the middle, right in the middle between these. There. I think that's pretty close. Kind of looks funny to me. I think it's pretty close. Alright, let me find that stamp real quick. Because I know I have it. Well, that has some. Okay. Not there. I know it's here somewhere. Well, I'm not finding it. So, when you can't find something that you want like that, here's another option. I have a little bit of ink or something on this I'm going to try to get off. Okay. So, let's see. Where is my... I'll just use my paper trimmer. Okay, so I'm going to lift this up and just put this in here. And because I can see marks are, I am just going to take, I'm going to take my, let me see, my 0.3. Yes, I'm going to take my 0.3. It's a Micron 03 archival ink acid-free journaling pen. And I'm going to turn this so I can see what I'm doing with it. And I'm just going to put lines across here. Okay, again. Then, I'm going to cheat, actually. And then, that's not going to work very good because there's a slot right there. So I'm going to have to line them up with the lines both directions, both so that they're even. And just draw my lines across, okay? You guys can line them up however you want. This is how I'm going to do mine. So I'm just going to go, make sure it's level, straight, so that I can get those, it's going to have a little bit bigger gap because I moved them a little so it's easier for me to see. And I'm going darker on some, back and forth. And then I'm just lining it up with that second line, which is the 2.5 mark. I'm sorry, 1.5 mark, so that I can have a, I can see exactly what I'm doing, right? I can know where I'm drawing the line. And it's probably not going to be perfect, but that's okay. I'm not perfect either. Okay, now you will want to go back and clean off your paper trimmer so that you don't have marks like I just put all over mine. But that should come up easily. I'm going to try the stamp cleaner just to see if it'll come off with that. So, oh, look at that, perfect. Didn't even do anything to it. Alright, I'm going to get both edges just because I used both edges. Alright. So, there's my journaling lines that I can put on there. Now, if I wanted to, you know, like I said, I was thinking I would put, that's what's off. That one right there is up too high. Let me fix that, and then I can see what I'm doing better, I think. There it goes. Maybe. Anyway, So when you do that, you know how to do second generation stamping, correct? So there's page 2. We're already done with the pages. I just have to embellish them now. So when you do second generation stamping, you ink your image up, and then you stamp it off on a piece of paper, and then you stamp it on the one you want. So you could put something back here. Like I could use this as zoo pages because it says wild one on it. And in the background of the journaling, I could put like an elephant. I could put, I just saw him over here somewhere. Where did I put him? I just saw him. I could put this little elephant on here, and you can't even see him. Pull the little elephant out. Since I'm way ahead of schedule, it's only, hi Katie. Oh yay, you got your catalog? Awesome. I'll get this little elephant off here, and I'll show you what the second generation stamping is. Now it's easier to tell a second generation when they're filled in. This is just a line stamp, so I could just stamp him on there, right? Because he doesn't need color. He doesn't need to be colored in. But let me get him on a block, and I'll show you. He's kind of sticky, so I'm going to take that sticky off with my arm. The oil's on my arm. Let me see. I'm going to do smoky slate because it's a very light gray. Okay. Let me get a piece of paper here. Not big enough to do the. Yeah, not really. Okay. Here. I got this one. Okay. So this is the smoky slate. So I'm going to ink him up. And he's just the outline, remember. So you're not going to see the whole filled in elephant. There's the one generation. That's the first stamp. And then here's the second generation. And I'll hold it up close to the... So there, that's the second generation. Here's the first generation. See how much darker he is? And then the lighter one is the second generation. I don't know why it's so hard to show this on the thing. But if I did that, see, I could ink him up and then put him on this like that. And I should have moved him over a little bit so his nose got all the way on too, but I didn't. There he is. Alright, can you see that? Can you see how he's right there in the background? So I'm going to be writing over him, but now I can change this if I want. I can use this as a zoo page because I do have some zoo pictures of the kiddos, but if I decided to take them somewhere to the zoo or somewhere, then I could use this for whatever I want that way. And if it has elephants, then it's perfect. It's already ready to go. So I'm going to keep these little elephants because I can color him in gray and put him down here on this page or on this page, because you know elephants are wild too, right? But see, I can put him right down here on the bottom of this and color him in. So you can use these stamps all different kinds of ways. Make sure when you buy a stamp that you can use it, you have an idea of how to use it in other types of settings, not just... I know I've got tons of pictures of the zoo from past years for the grandkids, and I can use it with my grandkids' pictures and my kids' pictures and my great... So, that's my goal, by the way. I'm sticking around for a long time. My plan is to see my great-greats, so I'll be here a long time. Let's see, I'm just trying to get this back on the sheet where it fits. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm thinking it's done. I can put some wild animals down here along the bottom if I want. Now, when you do your page embellishing, So I have some like tropical palm trees, and I have a whole bunch of like big leafed plants and stuff. You can die cut those or hand cut them, whichever you want. If you pop this up, Wild West page, you could put cowboy hats on it. You could do cowboy boots and different things like that. There are some super cute Western style stamps and things out there that you can get to do this. You could dress it up with, you know, I have all those punches from, like, is it Martha Stewart that did all the lace punches years ago? I have drawers full of stamps, or not stamps, punches, drawers and drawers full. And you could dress this up with a little, you know, a little bit of lace on here. You could put lace back here. There was a gorgeous one I saw online the other day, and it was like tatting lace. Oh my gosh, I love tatting lace. I don't know how to do it. My mom did it when I was little, and I never learned. It's very tedious, I do know that, and I'm not good with tedious things. So, and it has to be something that I can get done to finish one project. It drives me crazy. So, if I do crochet, it's usually hats or something that I can get done in a couple of hours. I just can't do it. It's too much. Now, sit me down in a scrapbook room, card making, whatever, I can do that all day long. No problem. I haven't been able to in a long time, but I used to. I used to spend hours on end in my stamp room creating, and, you know, I used to do those little tea light cakes and all kinds of stuff. So, anyway, this is the layout for tonight. So this gives us 2 layouts out of this paper pack, and like I showed you earlier, there's a whole lot more. I'll bring in the one I made 2 weeks ago and show you that one. They are totally different, but it's out of the same paper pack. So this is the one from 2 weeks ago. See that with the bird on it? Do you remember that one? And then that one has 4 pictures on it. I'm not done embellishing that one. I don't have a title on it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'll figure something out. And then this one has 3 of the 3x3, a 3x4, and a 4x6 picture. That's out of the same paper pack that we worked on tonight. So it's totally different. The layouts are completely different. You still have room for, let's see, that's 7 pictures. If you put 2 of them here, that's 8 pictures. And this one here has 5. I get a lot of pictures on my pages. That is one thing you will see. I really do not like 1 or 2 pictures on a page. This is okay. It's bigger. But if I had my way, I'd have more pictures on it. And I can put, see, I have a journaling spot here. I can put another one here, or I can do more embellishments. So I might do that. I might put something right down here a little bit, kind of even the pages up a little bit. But like I said, this is 2 layouts now out of that paper pack, and I still have a lot more to go. So I might do a card, or I might do another 2-page layout in a couple weeks. We'll see. But what I want to do is start using up the whole paper pack. I have behind me here, let me change the view. I have all of this right here is all paper packs that are not fully used. They're partial used paper packs. It drives me crazy. There's some I'm not sure how I'm going to use, but I'm going to figure it out. In a big order Monday night, just before the bonus rewards came out on Tuesday. I have a couple of new paper packs coming. And I got the paper pack of the month, the product of the month. So I thought that was really pretty, and I would like to make some pages with that too. So anyway, I'm going to hop off here, go take care of my chickens, and put them to bed actually, because it's getting about that time. Alright, you guys have a good night. I hope you come back next Thursday, and when you do, say hi. Let me know that you're on. Alright, love you guys. Bye.